Tonight, certain stores are about to reopen with limits. Restaurants are set for outdoor dining. How local businesses are getting ready for tomorrow. Towns are coming together to get them back up and running after more than 3 months of financial crisis. And a protest in Ocean County turns violent. Thanks for joining us on News 12 New Jersey. I'm Nick Medanis. Tonight, local businesses are gearing up for what they say is a big step forward tomorrow. Retail stores can open their doors and outdoor seating is allowed at restaurants. News 12 New Jersey's Hillary Lane is in Red Bank with more now. Hillary.
Nick, we spoke to business owners here and they are so excited about tomorrow. It's been a really tough 3 months and now they're ready to move forward.
It was good first step.
Louis Andrianos, owner of Napoli Italian Kitchen on Wallace Street in Red Bank, is spending Sunday evenings setting up tables and chairs to accommodate outdoor diners for the first time this season. Governor Murphy is allowing restaurants to serve customers outside tomorrow, and retail stores are allowed to open for indoor shopping. The borough of Red Bank is allowing businesses to temporarily expand onto sidewalks, alleyways, parking lots, and driveways to make for safer shopping and dining. That's exactly what Andrianos is doing thanks to some generous neighbors. Saxum Realty Group across the street is closed because of the coronavirus, but they're letting Andrianos use their outdoor space for free.
They have a back parking lot that we're going to be using. It should be great because it's a shaded area. It's right across the street from the restaurant. And we're a one-way street, so it's pretty safe for our patrons and staff to walk across the street.
He'll now be able to serve 5 times as many customers outside, which will be a big boost for business. Deborah Eisenstein, owner of Artisan Collective, is also ready for a business boom after shutting her doors for weeks. She can now welcome customers inside.
Tomorrow is a breath of fresh air, literally, selling something other than masks.
Andriano says the excitement is already heating up.
I mean, we're getting reservations already. People are stopping by. They want to dine outside already, so it's been a long time coming.
Tables used for outdoor seating must be at least 6 feet apart, and retail stores can only open at 50% capacity. In Red Bank, Hillary Lane, News 12 New Jersey.
Hillary, thank you. Let's turn now to meteorologist Michelle Powers for a check of the forecast. Michelle?
Well, we are in luck, Nick, as we start the new week here. Eating outdoors will be just fine, whether at the restaurant or in your backyard. We're going to see some nice weather as we start the week. There's a catch, though, so let's take a look at what's happening. First of all, temperatures are cooling. Already this evening, we've seen temps fall back into the 50s. They're going to drop a little bit more overnight, and it stays dry. Our dew point temperatures, we're tracking them now in the 40s and 50s, so they've come up a touch compared to where we were last night, but this is still very dry, and we're not looking at humid weather until later in the week, once we get to Thursday and Friday. Outside now looks good. The sky is mainly clear. High pressure sitting to our north, and it's keeping all the wet weather away from us. Those storms will stay to our south as we start the week here, at least the first half. Temperatures are cooling everywhere, so get ready for a bit of a chill in the morning again. If you're going to be up and out early, I would grab a jacket. You may need it in the afternoon too, depending on where you are, because temperatures will be running below average again. But this is what we're dealing with overnight. Temps will continue to fall back into the 50s. Not quite as low as last night, but still, this is a little bit below average for us. We have more 70s on the way too. Plenty more on that part of the forecast coming up. Nick, back to you.
Thank you, Michelle. Up and down the state, we've seen towns and cities adjust local laws to help businesses. Long Branch issued at least 30 permits for outdoor dining or businesses. They also agreed to make certain parking spots at Pier Village available in the evenings, Friday through Sunday, to accommodate more outdoor dining. That and doubling outdoor capacity on the boardwalk.
Well, right now, it's not sustainable. It's just not. The business model doesn't work for any restaurants. But the fact that we're getting to at least do this tomorrow is a great start for us.
He laid off nearly 700 employees at several of his restaurants throughout the state. He says takeout and now outdoor dining has helped bring back a couple hundred. Are people actually going to show up to eat? It's a big question now. Checking out the scene today in Morristown, a burger place already had some action outside along the Morristown Green, not necessarily serving the people there. We spoke to a person who says he's comfortable as long as social distancing rules are followed.
Being outdoors, having your mask or face covering, having hand sanitizer, pretty much, help yourself out and make sure you don't either spread it to others and keep yourself safe. So yeah, as long as you do those things, we're okay with being out here and enjoying the outdoor dining that's starting.
Other restaurants around the Green gearing up for the week ahead. Religious services may now be conducted indoors with limits. This from a recent Murphy administration executive order increasing capacity for indoor gatherings. It's to be done at 25% of the max a building can hold or capped at 50 people. Social distancing and masks are required. Passenger restrictions on for-hire fishing boats are lifted, but 6-foot social distancing rules remain. The quarantine has cost the industry 3 months. It only operates 8 to 10 months. The governor last month signing an order allowing up to 10 passengers on party boats, but some of these boats can hold more than 100. A protest in Little Egg Harbor turns violent. This video shows a man pushing a woman to the ground. The woman participating in a Black Lives Matter march. The man said to be a white pride protester standing on the side. This happening near the Edward Thornton Community Center. The man not detained at the protest. No word if any charges are filed. No one's tearing down the Christopher Columbus Monument in West Orange, but the mayor says after talking to residents the last several days, he's taking it down.
The legend of Columbus does not match the history, and today, the man and statues or monuments celebrating his life are divisive and a symbol of hate and oppression, and cannot remain as part of our community.
There it is. He says the city will find a more appropriate message as a replacement. It's unclear when that monument is coming down. In New Orleans, the statue of John McDonough is removed from Duncan Plaza and thrown into the Mississippi. Protesters doing it last night. McDonough, a slave owner who died in 1850, he left $2 million in his will to Baltimore and New Orleans to build public schools. Crews in Kentucky remove a Jefferson Davis statue from the Capitol Rotunda. Davis, a one-time U.S. Senator and President of the Confederate States. A statue of an Italian journalist in Milan vandalized. There's already been a petition to have it removed. In 1935, he bought a 12-year-old girl and married her. He died 20 years ago. Another day of protesting in New York City. This is the scene in Brooklyn, a march in honor of Black trans lives. It's President Trump's birthday. He's 74. After spending the weekend here in Bedminster, he is back in Washington tonight. This is what he came home to. Protesters rallying outside the White House, a Black Lives Matter rally. Members of the first historically black fraternity singing and kneeling with their hands up. Coast to coast, this is the scene in Los Angeles. A huge crowd on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, right at President Trump's star near Hollywood and Vine. People defacing the star again last week in support of Black Lives Matter. Unrest in Atlanta following a deadly officer-involved shooting. Video shows Rayshard Brooks resisting arrest after a sobriety test, pulling a taser from a cop. Brooks at some point points the taser at the cop. The cop shoots him. Atlanta's police chief resigning after the incident. Not long after the chief's resignation, Garrett Rolfe, the cop who shot Brooks, fired the other officer at the scene, Devin Bronson, now on administrative leave. Senator Cory Booker is trying to push through new laws on police reform. He's taking aim at ending qualified immunity. That's when cops are shielded from civil liability. Booker says it means a lack of accountability.
We have to ask ourselves as a society, do we want to have a nation where police officers who do really awful things cannot be held accountable to civil rights charges? And that's unacceptable.
He says he believes Congress can come to a compromise on police reform with the Trump administration. Activists in California call for the FBI to look into the hanging death of a black man. Robert Fuller's body found in a tree Wednesday morning, and local authorities say he killed himself. Activists, though, and some local politicians not so sure. They want FBI and DOJ to look into it. Next on News 12 New Jersey, in need of a haircut, A relaxing massage soon. Guidelines for that out tonight. We'll tell you more. Plus, a car up in flames in South Jersey. Police race to get the driver out.
Local businesses in New Jersey are ready for a comeback, and News 12 is here to help. Join us Fridays at 7 p.m. for We're Open, for a look at businesses in New Jersey that are getting ready to reopen.
Right now, it's a time for action.
Watch We're Open Fridays at 7 p.m. only on News 12 New Jersey. Local matters. News 12 presents We're Open is brought to you in part by Valley Bank. Visit valley.com/thankyou.
Coronavirus cases still going down across New Jersey, with more reopenings set for the week ahead. Governor Murphy saying today another 305 confirmed cases, pushing our total to nearly 167,000. 40 more people have died. The Murphy administration says 12,625 people have died from the virus in the state. Businesses like salons and spas can get going a week from tomorrow. The governor tonight signing the executive order and sending out guidelines. Services are by appointment only. Health screenings like temperature checks are for both clients and staff before they enter. PPE required for all. Each client-staff pairing must be at least 6 feet apart from another client-staff pairing, and of course, cleaning must be done. New York is beginning to reopen, but the governor is threatening to shut it all down. Andrew Cuomo says there are rampant violations of state reopening restrictions. He says Manhattan and the Hamptons, problem areas. Cuomo says he could pull liquor licenses. He could reclose certain areas if local officials don't enforce the rules. All right, no rain this weekend. Are we going to expect to see any this week? As we take a look at Newark tonight, it's quiet. Let's get the latest now with meteorologist Michelle Powers. Michelle?
You know, we don't have much rain on the way at all this week. So if you're thinking outdoor things to do, you can probably do many of them. We are looking at maybe some rain towards the end of the week, but it's not widespread at the moment. We are focused on the cooler, comfortable weather right now, and this is how we start the new week. In fact, we're maybe a few degrees lower than 24 hours ago. Overnight, though, temperatures should level off. They shouldn't be quite as cold as what we had last night. Here's a look at our headlines going forward. Great sleeping weather, dry, comfortable, until about Wednesday and Thursday. That's the turning point, and that's when humidity levels will increase, feeling more like summer the second half of the week, really, for us. And that's when our storm chances come back in. Now, it doesn't look too widespread at the moment, so stay with us for more updates. But we're also looking at the summer solstice, or the official start to summer, and that happens on Saturday. I think Saturday's weather definitely will match the season. So for tomorrow in Perth Amboy, it's another pleasant day. And by pleasant, I'm talking about temperatures that are cooler than average here. Only about 72 degrees in the afternoon. That's because it's closer to the water. We have winds that are coming out of the east. They'll be a little bit stronger. You may notice a difference if you're anywhere near the water for tomorrow. Beaches, Monmouth County, yeah, we're looking at highs in those middle, maybe upper 60s. That's about it. And with those winds, it will feel cooler. Small craft advisory goes up from Manasquan Inlet and points south. So Seaside Heights conditions may be a little bit rougher offshore there. We're looking at high temperatures in the upper 60s to about 67. There may be more clouds actually rolling in on the backside of this high here. We are looking at more heat and humidity. It's staying suppressed for now. Eventually, this pattern loosens up and everything will start moving later in the week. So we're looking at rain chances coming back north. There's not a lot. Most of that stays south of us. There's going to be this cutoff low that develops. Takes a little while for that type of pattern to break down, but it does later in the week. So thunderstorm chances may be around. We'll have that full 7-day forecast up next. Nick, back to you.
Michelle, thank you. Atlantic City Police pull a man from a burning car. You can see it through the police body cam. The 29-year-old unconscious in the driver's seat following a crash. This was just before 4 in the morning on Route 30, an EMT helping. 2 nearby fishermen actually cut the seatbelt before the cops got there. It's unclear how the driver is doing tonight. New tonight, a 4-alarm fire damaging multiple homes in Patterson. This is seen along Butler Street. Mayor Andre Saya says no injuries. The Red Cross, though, helping 27 people from 7 families with temporary housing and other needs. A cause is now being investigated. And from that scene, take a look at these photos. This is Donnell in Middlesex County. At least 1 home on Center Street engulfed. That's the fire. This, the aftermath. And you can still see damage to the other 2 homes here, still standing on that car. This was around 6 in the morning. We are still trying to get more information about this fire. A New Jersey company is recalling some 43,000 pounds of meat, afraid it could be contaminated with E. coli. Lakeside Refrigerated Services is out of Gloucester County. The raw ground beef items produced June 1st, don't eat it. It was sold at places like Walmart. Starting tomorrow, Hoboken continues the first phase of its water main replacement project. Work set to be done on 15 blocks, replacing about 7,000 feet of the city's oldest water mains. The project includes road repaving and infrastructure improvements. Libraries can begin curbside service. Morris County is ready for tomorrow for books, music, and other stuff. Drop-off, though, and pickups of new materials not until a week from Tuesday. And they say as an added safety measure, items returned will be in a quarantine area for at least 72 hours before being available again.
1 dog coming right up.
Kids having some fun today in Livingston. The Friendship Circle, a nonprofit that helps special needs children and their families, hosting an outdoor carnival. They were able to play some games, win some prizes, and stay safe inside their cars.
Now that the kids are allowed to get out in a safe way, they're going to be in their cars driving around, going from booth to booth as you would in a regular carnival. Families have been overwhelmed. I mean, we were working the phones and they were just trying to understand. You mean our kids can actually come out and they can be part of a carnival? They were just so amazed, and seeing the first cars pulling in and the smiles, it's already worth it.
The kids were invited to help make a large chalk mural as a thank you to EMS workers. The leaders of tomorrow showing they may be ready to step up today. The student government at Caldwell High School raising $6,000 by selling original t-shirts. The money is for the West Essex First Aid Squad and the Caldwell Food Pantry. The students sent letters with a simple message: thanks for all you're doing during the crisis. A smartwatch that could save your life. That's next. Could a smartwatch save your life? Andrew Anger shows us in the download.
The coronavirus pandemic may be headline news, but doctors say now is not the time to ignore other health issues. And here's some tech that could help with your heart health and underdiagnosed diseases.
So what the watch is providing is real-life data.
The Withings ScanWatch is a clinically validated hybrid smartwatch. With special sensors on the back, the ScanWatch constantly monitors the wearer's heart health and can perform a medical-grade electrocardiogram on demand. This information, which is sent to the Withings app, the company says can potentially detect problems like sleep apnea or AFib early.
The particularity of AFib is the fact that it's a silent disease and very episodic.
If your ScanWatch does detect an issue and you go to your doctor, you can easily send all the data that it's collected to your physician in a comprehensive report.
So the doctor doesn't need to have the HealthMate app, doesn't need to have the watch.
To get the best data, the company says you need to wear the watch a lot. Unlike other health monitoring watches, the ScanWatch can be worn 24/7 because it can go 30 days before recharging.
If you have a watch that you need to take out during the night because you need to charge it, then you miss almost half of the opportunities to track the disease.
With all of its health monitoring and good looks, it's easy to forget the ScanWatch is also a traditional smartwatch with activity tracking and alerts.
So directly from your phone, you can choose the kind of notifications you want to have.
I'm Andrew Enger, and that's your download.
The watch is out soon. It's $250. Check out the News 12 app or news12.com to get a closer look. Michelle.
Well, this week ahead is going to be cool to start, but a summery finish. So heat and humidity will be building back in. We know that Monday looks good. How about Tuesday? Let's take a look at that. You know, this pattern really doesn't change much at all. We have high pressure to the north. That low stays locked to our south. It's still on the cooler side because the winds are getting funneled between those two systems. A little breezier than what we saw over the weekend. And we're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s. 60s down the shore, 70s farther north and west. As for precipitation, that stays away for now. It's the end of the week. As we see an increase in heat and humidity, that's when some of these storms may pop up. But you can see Thursday, Friday, we're only up to a 20% chance right now. So overnight, clear, cool, comfortable, 50 degrees, and temperatures in the 50s rather. 50s north and west, maybe some upper 40s sprinkled in. Come tomorrow, highs in the 60s and 70s, and then tomorrow night, it's not quite as cool. You'll notice day by day, we gradually get warmer, and then those 80s are here the second half of the week. So are the showers and thunderstorms too, so stay with us for more. That's a look at your local New Jersey forecast.